What is going on, my family? Your boy Demetrius is back with another classic Tekken 8 Real Talk video. Here in this video here, I am going to talk about something that has kind of been floating around on, Twitter and shit like that. All type of topics come up when it comes to Tekken 8. And one of the topics that is coming up is the success of Tekken 8, meaning that the number of sales that Tekken 8 is going to get when it's released or over the period of time. Now, the reason why people are talking about this, of course, is, people want Tekken 8 to succeed Tekken 7 so badly. I think that's why this topic is coming up. But like I said, we don't know what's actually going to happen. But here in this video here, I'm going to give a gut feeling prediction what is going to happen when it comes to Tekken 8 and when it comes to total sales that I feel like Tekken 8 will rack up at the beginning and then over time, probably like over 4 or 5 years. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like it was in Tekken 7. Everybody knows Tekken 7 sold like 10 million copies. Tekken 7 is the best selling Tekken game of all time. Me personally, in a previous video that I just did, I had Tekken 7 as #1, letter S on my tier list, because Tekken 7 is the best selling Tekken game of all time. It is the most durable Tekken game of all time, and the longevity is unmatched when it comes to Tekken 7. And also too, Tekken 7 is probably the most prolifically competitive Tekken game of all time. I failed to mention that in my last video about Tekken 7 on how prolifically competitive that Tekken 7 is. And me personally, no other Tekken game comes close when it comes to the competitive nature of Tekken 7. I mean, look how big TWT got, right? And it's spreading into Tekken 8. So all of the competitive nature, TWT, all of that shit that's going on right now, y'all can thank Tekken 7 for that shit, because I don't think Tekken Tag Tournament 2, there wasn't a lot of that shit going on. So Tekken 7 brung that shit out. Now, what will it take for Tekken 8 to at least do as well or succeed Tekken 7? I'm going to tell y'all right now, it is going to take Tekken 8 a hell of a lot. Tekken 8 is going to sell. Tekken 8 is going to be great just because it's Tekken. And just because Harada and the team have made some improvements. And there's going to be some things in Tekken 8 that people are going to like, to the point where people casually are going to buy the game. And then hardcore fans are going to buy the game anyway because of all the new features and shit like that. So Tekken 8 is going to sell. The question is the number. The question is what height Tekken 8 can go. Me personally, I think Tekken 8 can go very high. Do I think it's going to go as high as Tekken 7? Honestly, no. I don't think it is going to reach the height of Tekken 7. The reason why I say that is because I keep on saying it. Tekken 7 did something that no other fighting game will probably never, ever do. And that is to carry the entire FGC through a depression, through a pandemic. Tekken 7 did that. Tekken 8 is not going to have that privilege. You have to factor that in. People are just being straight ignorant to that fact. You have to factor that in, what Tekken 7 did for the entire FGC. It carried us through a depressing pandemic. So Tekken 8 is not going to have that luxury. So one thing that Tekken 8 is probably going to have to do is they're probably going to have to give us some more modes. Maybe they're going to show that at Tokyo Game Show. We don't know. But, we're not going to talk about the whole DLC shit right now. We're just going to talk about, the sales and what Tekken 8 really needs to do in order to either succeed Tekken 7, which I don't think it'll do, or come close to Tekken 7's success. Me personally, I kind of feel like the first thing that they need to do with Tekken 8 is put in the characters that everyone is demanding. That's what they need to do with Tekken 8. That's the first thing. Another thing that they need to do with Tekken 8, if they want Tekken 8 to succeed Tekken 7, is to make sure they improve what was faulting when it came to the CNT. Now, there's still that rumor out there that the game may have a beta, but Harada hasn't really said anything. Hopefully they'll explain something like that at Tokyo Game Show. So if they have a beta and, you know, the fan base basically says, hey, look, we don't like this, we don't like that, the development team is going to have to be on it. When the game comes out, it can't be buggy. It doesn't have to be perfect, but the game has got to be ready to go. Now, I will be the first to admit, Tekken 7 was very bare bones when it was released. It didn't really give us nothing to do other than a story mode and online. But the thing with Tekken 7 was, Tekken 7 had a different ambition, and the ambition was the competitive nature of the game. Tekken 7 made a lot of people super competitive. As I said before, Tekken 8 looks like it's going into the right direction because that TWT energy is definitely transferring over to Tekken 8. And it looks like it's going to be better than ever before. So Tekken 8 pretty much has that intact, and that will help Tekken 8 sales. The whole competitive thing, because people do like watching competitive Tekken. You feel what I'm saying? So Tekken 8 doesn't look like it's going to have a problem doing that. And also, too, it's not just on the developers. If people want Tekken 8 to sell, we as the people are going to have to make it happen as well. Basically, the content creators. People are going to have to make a lot of Tekken 8 content, which I don't think that's going to be a problem either, because pretty much the same people that have been doing Tekken content over the past 4 or 5 or 6 years are going to be covering Tekken 8. So that shouldn't be a problem either. With Tekken 8, pretty much there's a lot of things Tekken 8 has going for it to be as successful as Tekken 7. Now, in my personal opinion, my personal prediction, at least the first 5 months or so, I think Tekken 8 can get off with a good 3 million copies. Kind of like what Tekken 7 did its first 5 or 6 months. Tekken 8 can get off with about a good 3 million copies. Street Fighter 6 has gotten off to a good start. Mortal Kombat 1 has got off to a good start, even though I'm not really happy with motherfuckers spoiling the damn game before the game got released from the standard edition. I'm not really happy about that, but, you know, Mortal Kombat, the energy for Mortal Kombat 1 is flying high right now. But really, when it comes to this generation of fighting games, the whole fighting game competition thing, I really don't pay attention to that. I really don't think fighting game competition matters right now. Like I said, Street Fighter 6, Mortal Kombat 1, Tekken 8. I think right now each fighting game is in its own realm. I honestly don't think nobody is competing with anybody when it comes to these fighting games. I don't feel that energy when it comes from, NetherRealm, Capcom, Bandai Namco. They're not competing against each other. These games are in their own realms. You feel what I'm saying? If there was some type of competition between these three games, we would know it because we would feel it. And I don't think there is no competition between these three games. I really don't. And I really hope that people don't take it as these three fighting games, competing against each other, trying to beat each other up, because that's not the energy that I'm getting from these three fighting games. So I don't think one fighting game is going to hurt the sales of another fighting game, or the other fighting game is going to hurt the attention of the other fighting game. Let's just put it this way. If one of these fighting games happens to not meet the standards that the development teams wanted them to meet, it's because either the development team or the community didn't do something right. It's not going to be because of the other fighting game's success. So I had to get that out there. The whole fighting game competition, that's whack now. It's far different than what it was back in the 16-bit era, the 32-bit era, or the PlayStation 2 era. Back then, yeah, it was a big fucking deal. Fighting game competition was real back then. You feel what I'm saying? But now, it's not. It's not real at all. They're not competing against each other. All these fighting games are in their own realm. So fighting game competition, it's not going to have nothing to do with a game failing or a game succeeding. And one of the most important things that Tekken 8 needs to do is to take care of the fucking online. Make sure the online is great. Well, make sure the online is good enough for everybody to enjoy. Make sure the online is not buggy. We don't want no ranking bugs or nothing like that. Make sure they put a system in so no goddamn on cheaters won't affect the fucking game. You know what I'm saying? Make sure they keep that Wi-Fi indicator shit in there. Just make sure they take care of online. Make sure online is an enjoyable place for people to play when people are not able to travel and go out and be competitive or go to their locals or whatever. Then also too, as a content creator, those of you that have followed me over the years know that I play a lot of online Tekken. And I'm one of those people, you know, I pray that Bandai Namco put some security systems in place so stupid ass cheaters won't ruin the fucking experience. You feel what I'm saying? So I hope they're getting some shit together to make online better than what it was in Tekken 7. Because like I said, I will admit, you know, I'm not going to sit here and to the point where I'm going to lie when it comes to Tekken 7. You know, I've said it so many times. Tekken 7 had some fucked up shit. And one of those fucked up things was the online and what was going on in it. All of that fucking cheating and shit. You know, the development team just needs to get on that. Put in a security system. And if somebody gets caught cheating, get those stupid mother out of here. Okay? Man, I just hope Bandai Namco does that. And then all of a sudden, you know, they got crossplay too. It's going to be a big challenge. But, you know, they got to put some type of security system in place. Make sure the online is comfortable and enjoyable. That'll definitely help the sales, you know, for people that want to enjoy online. If they can just go online, be peaceful, not run into a cheating scumbag or anything like that, not run into any type of rank bug like get true Tekken God or Tekken God Prime. All of a sudden, you back to a fucking blue rank or a purple rank. I think they have fixed that because me personally, in my personal opinion, I don't think that was a system bug. I think that was a hacker. I think somebody was hacking the system and doing that shit. That's my personal opinion. But like I said, they need to take care of the online. Make sure the online is great enough for everybody to enjoy, and then our experiences won't be ruined by dumbass cheaters. Now, my final prediction when it comes to Tekken 8 selling. Like I said, I personally don't believe Tekken 8 will hit that 10 million sales mark. The reason why I feel that way is because we don't know how long Bandai Namco is going to support Tekken 8. We don't know if they're going to support Tekken 8 like they did Tekken 7. Are they going to let Tekken 8 run as long as Tekken 7 did? Tekken 7 ran for almost 8 years. So that's also what helped Tekken 7 get to that 10 million mark. Are they going to let Tekken 8 run that long? We'll have to see. I don't think so, but we'll have to see. So, like I said, that goes back to the longevity of Tekken 7. But you got to factor that in too. The support and how long are they going to let Tekken 8 run? That's also going to factor in. If they let it run less than Tekken 7, Tekken 8 is probably going to have a less chance to reaching that 10 million mark. Me personally, I think Tekken 8 is probably going to hover around 8.5 million, much like Tekken 3, which I think that's a hell of a success. You feel what I'm saying? If it happens. But at the same time, we just don't know. It could be one of those things that happened to Sony when the PlayStation 3 was released. You just never know what could happen, you know. When it comes to these releases, all it takes is just one big fuck up to ruin the dynamic of the progress. You feel what I'm saying? Ruin the dynamic of the project. And, you know, let's just hope to God that doesn't happen to Tekken 8. Let's just hope everything that we all hope for happens in Tekken 8, such as the roster and a couple of other things, because that will factor in as well. I'm already having hundreds of people tell me if it doesn't go the way that they want it to go, they may not buy Tekken 8. So a lot of that shit is going to factor in. But here I've given y'all some points of what Tekken 8 can do to hit that 10 million Tekken 7 mark. As I said, I don't think it's going to happen because Tekken 7 is always going to have that pandemic advantage. Tekken 7 is going to always have that. And Tekken 7 deserves it, because that game, as I keep on saying before, that game carried us through all of that depressing bullshit that the world had to go through with that damn pandemic. So thank God for Tekken 7. Tekken 8's got some big shoes to fill. Like I said, I still think it's going to be successful. I gave y'all my predictions and my numbers, and we're just going to have to see how it all plays out. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section below. Tell me y'all predictions when it comes to Tekken 8 selling. What number mark do you think Tekken 8 could reach? Let me know in the comment section below and we can get a conversation started. Don't hold nothing back. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe to your boy for the hottest Tekken 8 and Tekken 7 action and content on the internet, period. And as I keep on saying, ain't nobody doing it like I'm doing it when it comes to this Tekken shit, and that is facts. My name is Demetrius. God bless. Stay safe. Stay tuned for more content coming ahead, and I will see you in the next video. I'm out. Peace.